as we all know, I'm going through the Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe box set from our friends at Arrow Video, and I don't really think we have any friends there anymore. But this is the
I
second.
I highly offended that guy once. He looked at me like he wanted to punch me in the mouth. We were all drunk as we tend to do outside of the old location at Frightmare. And at that time, I think it was just me and Dave were the last ones down there just bullshitting. And then fucking the arrow dude, like the fucking bald, the big bald dude who runs it,
Yeah.
like he came up talking to Dave, and I heard him talk like oh ball and all ball ball, and I said, "Oh god damn, it's the battle of the Blu-ray blokes." He just fucking looked at me like, "You fucking American piece of shit." And then shortly thereafter, I said, "All right, Dave, I'm a fucking bounce because I just fucked this up for you." Oh shit! So yeah, our fucking good friends at Arrow Video.
Dude was always cool with me. Um, so yeah, this is the second disc, and instead of having the first movie in here, one of the premiere trilogies, well, they have The Strange World of Coffin Joe, which is also on this disc. But remember that this shit's reversible. So this is the movie that I watched here. It's called This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse. And like I said, this is the second in the Coffin Joe trilogy. And if you we remember when we left Coffin Joe in the last movie, he was dead. You know, he was haunted by all the spirits. But turns out he wasn't dead, Tom. Like the villagers come up, hey, he's still breathing. They take him to the hospital, nurse him back to health. He's They hold a trial for the murders from the last movie, and hey, we ain't got enough proof. So he's back to doing his thing. You know, he wants to have a kid, but he wants to have a perfect woman to do it. So he kidnaps 6 women from the village and runs them through tests, you know, like throwing like a whole bunch of tarantulas in the room, and their tarantulas are going crazy, you know. And he's kind of narrowed it down to one slag, and he thinks, hey, you know, she might be the one. But at the end of this, all these tests and everything, he has all the other women in some pit suffering, and they're yelling and stuff. And hey, that's the kind of shit that gets old Coffin Joe hard. So he's gonna chick. Uh, but she can't. Uh, she breaks down. It's like, no, I can't stand to hear their suffering. It's yeah, I knew you were just a fucking worthless bitch like them. So he's on the hunt again.
He's hearing all these bitches scream, getting hard, whacking off. The ladies just looking at him like in disgust.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was different, bitch.
This other chick comes to town, and it seems like she's pretty merciless, ruthless. She might be the one. She's into him, you know. She goes, "Yeah, let's make the perfect kid." And the villagers, you know, they try to stand up against him. He fights some bruiser that comes in, and they finally hire some assassins to come and take him out. And they capture him, and they're gonna bring him back so this other rich dude can execute him. But he tricks them, Tom, and kicks their asses. You know, and but then he finds out that one of the women that he killed was pregnant. The thing is, and we see this at the beginning of the movie, that Coffin Joe, he's a guy hauling ass on a motorcycle, and he's about to run down a kid, and old Coffin Joe comes and grabs a kid out of the way, saves him, because kids are innocents. You know, they are the future. You know, to make a, I don't know, a new form of mankind that's strong. You know, so he is like Gamera in that he's a protector of children. So he's freaking out about this. He goes, "Oh, I killed an unborn," and he like at night this creature comes to his bed, and it's just a dude in like a black suit, you know, but it's a tall dude and he's all skinny and shit. It looks pretty good, and he's dragging him off the bed and dragging
Motherfucker in a turtle mask, a turtleneck, and a ski mask.
It's like, and you know what? He drags him, Tom. He drags him to hell. That's right. And the hell scenes, the camera, it does a little like shimmering thing, and then everything's in color, Tom. All these scenes in hell are in color, and we're seeing all these people being tortured and shit. Some of them are halfway stuck in walls, and there's demons walking around whipping them, and it reminds me a lot of a haunt, but good. You know, it's like, yeah, that's all right. It's like, okay, you didn't have much money, but that looks pretty decent. And well, he awakes from this and he's freaking out, and he's still like, man, I can't believe I did that or whatever. And again, I don't know, it stretches on pretty long, this movie, and he's freaking out. He's still being haunted by ghosts and stuff, and the villagers come and they're like doing a whole Frankenstein bit, the angry mob and shit. And he falls in a lake and he's drowning, and he fucking starts calling out to God, to save him, to forgive him. And it's just a big cop out. It's like, hey, wait a minute, this just invalidates everything he did. It's just like, it pissed me off, Tom. I've seen this before, but I forgot about that. I think I willfully like rejected it from my memory. Like, there's no way Coffin Joe would turn to God, even at his death. It was very, very disappointing. But that's all I watched on this disc. I ran out of time and didn't get to watch any of the special features or the second feature on this, which is The Strange World of Coffin Joe. I think I've seen that before too, but I don't remember what it is. So I'll go through this and that movie this week and see what's new and see what's archival, which is how they say, oh yeah, this shit was on other discs. It's just a fancy way to say that fucking shit.
So yeah, if you could for next week, for the 32 people who are interested, let them know what else is on the disc along with that other movie.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go through. And again, just like that last one, I can see no noticeable difference in the 4K restoration. Doesn't
I'm
look.
sure you're watching a 2K.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It says
You
4K,
have
but I don't
you
have
have a 4K player.
I don't have a
Yeah,
4K thing. I don't know,
you might have a 4K TV. Those are like pretty common now.
but I don't need it. I don't really care about shit looking all fakey and like a soap opera or whatever.